Hello Groveland Township. Today's video is being filmed at late April 2014, and the purpose of today's video is to bring you up to date with some road projects we have for the township this year, because we've taken on quite an aggressive number of projects this year to help improve the roads, and talk a little bit about some of the other projects that will be going on in development areas in the township. First of all, as many of you may already know, the scheduled paving of Oak Hill Road from Dixie Highway to several hundred feet down Kyer is already begun here in April of 2014 and is scheduled to be completed by the end of August 2014. That piece of road actually had the most complaints and maintenance of any road in the township at all, and due to a good amount of cooperation between Springfield Township and Groveland, because it's a border road, in conjunction with the Federal Aid Committee that funds the paving of gravel roads in Oakland County, we're happy to say that project's going to be done this year, and 80% of the cost of that project is coming out of federal aid money that comes back to the state from Washington. The remaining 20% is split between Groveland Township and Springfield Township, and both of us have used tri-party funds so that the actual out-of-cost money to each of our townships is relatively small, and just about 3.5 or 4% of out-of-pocket money, if you will. In addition to that, we have additionally ordered just slightly over 3 miles of gravel to be laid on Jossman Road, north of Grange Hall Road, and that's going to fix a piece of road that we think was due for some re-graveling here this year. And we're also taking on 3 new approaches. If many of you recall, prior to the big economic slowdown in 2008, we were systematically going through the township and trying to pave every gravel road that met a paved road, so that there would be some apron at the intersection, which would reduce the amount of ruts and potholes that you would have when you start and stop coming on and off of a paved road. And it stopped for several years because of the economic downturn, but we felt we got such a good deal this year by working with our local garage in Davisburg, and a tremendous job they did in getting us some really fantastic prices, that we're going to take some of the money out of the bank that was in the infrastructure fund and actually pave the last 3 remaining gravel to paved road approaches that are in the township. And the worst of the 3 is Perryville at Dixie, which is always a mess right at the intersection there. And we're going to pave that one all the way back 680 feet from Dixie to basically the top of the hill that's up there. And this is so that we can minimize the amount of water and silt that would run down the road and make it slippery and so forth. That will be one of the roads that will be done this year. In addition to that, we're going to do Buckle Lake Road for about 100 feet. That road's flatter and doesn't require going back as far, but 100 feet from Dixie Highway into Buckle Lake Road will also be paved. And then, assuming the Road Commission can get the grading done for us, because they're doing this cooperatively with the township and Allied Paving, we're going to also try and do Van Road. That's going to be about 280 feet from Grange Hall Road, going north 280 feet to a rise in the road there as well. So if weather permits and things go well and the Road Commission can get all 3, they're going to do all 3 with us this year. If not, at least 2 of them will be done. But they think they can get all 3 done, and they expect to have those done probably in the June to July time frame. It depends somewhat on if we get any horrendous storms that stops them for a while and what kind of weather we get, but that's also planned, and that's being done with tax dollars that have been put away at the township over the last several years. That's the bulk of the paving projects, and for a community our size, that is a huge number of road improvement projects to take on, in addition to the normal chloriding, which will again be done by the Oakland County Road Commission with us, and any other graveling that they may do on some roads. In addition to that, we've checked with Bedrock Express and Barry Bass, and he is still planning to open his recycling center at the end of Shields Road, and he expects to have the flat work and the cement work done sometime this summer, and hopes to have the entire operation up and running by the fall. So as we get closer to the opening of the new recycling facility, we'll have Barry come in and talk to you about some of the new facilities that he'll be able to sort and separate there, and what you can do as far as recycling some of the other things you have, like plastics and papers and those types of things. In addition, if you weren't aware of it, we did get a grant from the Enbridge people, pipeline people, that we're going to use some money from them to, after the recycling center's open, to tree line that road all the way down there. And I know Barry is interested in trying to find a way if we can pave that entrance road going down to Shields, because it's only about 1/10 of a mile. So we'll be looking at that. Future plans will be trying to address, see if we can find ways to, in the next several years, to try and get Tripp Road repaved, because it's really in bad shape, and the original portion of Groveland Road is rated the same way. It's called performance level D, and it says it needs to be repaved before it ends up getting to the part where it has to be completely rebuilt. So I will continue to try and pursue avenues for that into the future. That basically gives you what's happening, except a couple of other issues that we think you should know. I know many of our residents have called in and asked if the West Nile virus mosquito repellents are available, and they just came into the office. It's a first come, first served. Every resident is entitled to 2 items from the counter. And so if you haven't got yours already, you might want to get into the township kind of early here, because once they're gone, they're all gone. We don't get any more. That's available right now, again, through a grant from Oakland County for those mosquito repellents as part of the West Nile effort here. And the last thing I wanted to let you know is that we continue to see signs that the economy is slowly but surely improving. There is more building. We've already had 1 new house, and there have been inquiries for a number of new houses going up. So we think this year we'll have more than what we had last year, which I believe was about 4 new homes. And in addition to that, there's a new commercial development going in, and if you're familiar with Food Castle, on the south end of the township at Dixie Highway, he plans to put a restaurant in part of what was Food Castle's restaurant, and they're working on that right now, and I know they would hope to get that open, of course, this year as well. So basically that's it for this video, Groveland Township. It's just to let you know we're putting a lot of money into the roads this year, trying to make some improvements, partially that were delayed because of the economic downturn, and some phenomenal cooperation and prices that we got through Rich Wood and the folks over in the Davisburg garage, and Brock, our local foreman. They've done a great job of helping us on that, and we're very optimistic that these approach improvements are going to be very significant enhancements for the township, as well as the paving on Oak Hill and the graveling of the north end of Josman Road from Grange Hall. In addition to that, the construction continues to have some uptick here, and we look forward to those improvements. And if you haven't got your West Nile virus, stop into the township office. They're available at the front counter. You just need to be a resident and show us ID for that. So until the next video, Groveland, have a great day and enjoy the summer. We're hoping it's going to eventually get here. Thank you, and have a great day.